Your hero section decides everything. Stay or bounce in just 3 seconds. Welcome to another recap video of web coding here on Codec Lab. Today we are fixing one of the most common mistakes beginners make, creating a hero section that looks plain, scattered, or just doesn't connect with the visitor. Most new developers simply drop an image, add some text, and hope it works, but the result usually fails to make a strong first impression. In this recap, I'll walk you through a clean and professional hero section, just like this green leaf landscaping example. It gives you a bold headline, a clear message, and one solid call to action, so your website instantly feels polished and trustworthy. By the end of this video, using the exact code you will be seeing on the screen, you will know how to build a hero section that instantly tells your visitors who you are, what you offer, and guides them straight to your call to action. No clutter, no confusion, just a clean, professional layout. Before we start, just a small note. I've got a bit of a sore throat today, so excuse the slight rasp in my voice. All right, let's begin it, break it down step by step and see how this hero section actually comes together. Let's start with section tag, section, and our hero section's ID is hero. This will be a separate section from rest of the web page. So this section tag here with the ID hero gives a unique name to our entire hero block. We use an ID only when we want to target one specific section on a web page. And the hero section is usually unique. This makes it easier to style in CSS, and it also allows other links on the page to jump directly to it. Now let's add an image inside the hero section. The HTML code for adding the image looks like this. Image, and image source is hero.jpg, and its class is hero dash image. Okay, here the source attribute, this one, src, source attribute, tells the browser where to find the image. So when we write source of the file is hero.jpg, it means the image file named hero.jpg must be inside our project folder, usually in the same place as your HTML, CSS, and JS files, or inside an image folder, depending on how you organize things. I personally keep everything in one main folder for simplicity. Now, why we are using a class for the image? We add a class to the hero image so we can style it easily in CSS. Classes are great when you want reusable, flexible styling because IDs are unique, but classes can be used again and again. And since you might use similar styling for different hero images in future projects, using a class makes more sense here. Next, we add a division element. Let's add division element, and division also has a class hero content. A div is simply a container or a box. It doesn't add any design on its own, but it helps us group elements together. Here, the div wraps our text content, the heading, the paragraph, and the button. Grouping these inside a div makes it easier to control layout, spacing, and styling in CSS. As you can see, we have given this div a class called hero content, so we can style all the text together, whether we want it left aligned, centered, spaced out, or even animated. Again, we use a class instead of an ID because classes are flexible and can be reused across different sections. Next, we add the heading for our hero section, and this will be the main heading. Transform your outdoor space with green leaf landscaping. Transform your outdoor space with green leaf landscaping. Next, we add a little description for the heading. Your trusted partner for professional lawn care, garden design, and outdoor maintenance services. So again here, H1 is the largest, most important headline on the page, perfect for grabbing attention in the hero section. The P tag adds a short description, as we have done here. This is a description tells visitor what the service is about. Together, they help visitors immediately understand your message. Now, also let's add an anchor tab with a reference hyperlink reference to contact, and this will be also a class, and this button will get us there to the contact us page. Get a free code. So as I said, anchor tag is normally used for links, but in modern web design, we often style anchor tags to look like buttons. When someone clicks this link, it takes them to another part of the same page. That's why we also give it a class called button. So our CSS style is as clean, professional looking button. All right, our HTML for the hero section is complete. Let's save the file and refresh the browser to see how it looks. And here is the browser. Let's refresh it. And here you can see our image is totally out of space, out of the margins. And the text also doesn't look so appealing to an eye. And everything is scattered. And here is the button, get a free code. That also is very looking very odd. So this section, you can say, looks very raw and not visually appealing yet. And this is where CSS steps in. So now let's move on and write our CSS to give this here section a clean, attractive, and professional look. So as you can see how raw the image and content looks in the hero section, now let's give it a professional look and see how CSS transforms that simple HTML into a polished real-world hero area. So let's start by giving some global settings to the hero section. We begin with hero, hash hero. The hash means we are targeting an element by its ID, a unique name for one specific section on the page. We use an ID when we have a single hero block and want to style it directly. Next we set the position for the hero section, and position is relative. This turns the hero section into a positioned container. It doesn't move anything by itself, but it allows any child elements with position absolute to use this hero section as their reference point. In short, if it gives us a predictable area to place things inside the hero if needed. Now we adjust the hero's height. As you saw earlier, the hero image was scattered all over the page. So now let's fix this by writing minimum height 70 viewport height. VH stands for viewport height, and 70 VH means the hero will always be at least 70% of the screen height. Using minimum height instead of height keeps everything flexible. The section will grow if content needs more space, but it will never be shorter than 70% of the screen. This makes the hero look full and impressive on all screen sizes. Next, we add or adjust the display of the hero section. Display is flex. This turns the hero into a flex container, allowing us to align its child elements more easily. Flexbox is perfect for centering content horizontally and vertically without using messy margins or absolute positioning. Now, let's adjust the content inside the hero and justify content centered. This centers all child elements along the main axis, which is horizontal by default, so everything inside the hero will be centered left to right. Now, next is align items centered. This center element the centers elements along the cross axis, which is vertical. Combined with justify content, we get perfect horizontal and vertical centering, ideal for placing the heading and button right in the middle of the hero. Sorry. The next line will look a bit complex. Let's write it down. Background linear gradient RGBA. And RGBA code is 14 64 35 06, and another one RGBA 14 64 35 0 should be 0.06, not 0, not just the 6. 0.06. Next, the image URL, which is hero.jpg, center slash cover, no repeat. This is a very powerful shorthand line, so let me break it down. We are using two background layers separated by comma. The first layer is the linear gradient and sits above the image layer. Linear gradient RGBA 14 64 35 point, 0.6. creates a semi transparent green overlay because both colors are the same. It becomes a uniform tint, perfect for darkening the image so the text stays readable. After the comma, we have the image layer, URL hero.jpg. The browser loads hero.jpg from your project folder. Center slash cover is shorthand for two things. Center means background position, center the image, and cover is background size, scale the image so it covers the entire hero area. No repeat makes sure the image doesn't repeat in the background. Together, this line places the photo, scales it perfectly, and adds a soft overlay so your white text stands out clearly. Next, we style the text. Color of the text will be white, and it's going to make all text inside the hero white since we darkened the background with the gradient white. White text becomes sharp and readable. So now adjust the text alignment. We place it to the center. This centers the inline content like our heading and paragraph horizontally inside the hero. We add padding 40 pixels and 20 pixels. Padding gives the hero content breathing room. We add 40 pixels vertically, which means top and bottom, and 20 pixels horizontally, left and right. This pulls the text away from the edges and makes everything looks cleaner, especially on smaller screens. Now let's save our code and refresh the browser to see what the CSS has done to the page. So as you can see, a subtle transformation. Now it looks a bit cleaner, but we are not finished yet. Next, we'll style the other classes we defined in our HTML, so the whole hero section feels polished and professional. Okay, now that we have styled the main hero section, let's move on to the other classes we defined inside our HTML. These styles will finish the layout and make everything look clean and more professional. So first, let's style the hero image. This was the first class in our HTML page. Yes, as you can see here, image dot hero dot. Oh, sorry, something wrong with my keyboard, and it has started working again. So no, hero image. Let's make sure that I spell it the way it has been spelled in the HTML code. So hero image, we make its position absolute in relevance to the position of the main hero section. Here it was relative, and here we are making it absolute. So we set the image position to absolute so it can stretch behind the hero section without affecting the text layout. Inset setting is set to 0. Inset is a shorthand that sets top, right, bottom, and left to 0, meaning the image sticks to all four sides of the hero container and fills the entire area. So its width will be 100% and So will be the height 100%. So what it's going to do, it's going to make sure the image expands to the full width and height of the hero section. So next one is object fit is cover. This keeps the image covered inside the container while maintaining its aspect ratio. No squishing, no stretching, just a clean, full screen look. Filter, brightness for 0.45 or 45%. This darkens the image slightly. So we do this so the white text on top becomes clear and easy to read. Think of it like applying a soft dark overlay without needing an extra layer. Next, we set the Z index to 0. We send the image to the back layer so the text stays on top. Next class was, let's look, hero content dot hero content. We set its position relative. This ensures the content stays in normal flow but allows it to be layered above the image. Here we set the Z index to 1. Now we are setting a higher Z index so the text appears above the dark image background. Now the heading. Okay. Hero content H1. Excuse me. So we set the font size to 2.6. This gives the main heading a large bold presence, perfect for a hero section. And margin bottom 12 pixel. This adds space under the heading or the headline so it doesn't stick to the paragraph. Next, we are going to style the paragraph. Hero content P. Let's set its font size to 1.2 REM. A clean readable size for body text. Next is its bottom margin. Bottom margin is set to 12 pixels. Add space before the button. Max width 720 pixels. You can set the padding max width according to your own choice. So this is going to prevent the text from stretching too wide, keeping it comfortable to read, especially on large screen. And we set the line height to 1.5. So this improves readability by giving the lines more breathing room. Excuse me. And finally, we style our button. This was our last class. Yes, button, display, inline block. This lets the button behave like text, but it still allows padding and layout control. Padding is 12 pixels. Bottom top on 22 pixels, right and left. So this gives the button a comfortable clickable size. Background color, white, and the color is a hex code 2E8B57. We are using a green color for the text to match the landscaping theme and keep the design consistent. And we don't need any text decoration, so we are going to set the rule for the text decoration as none. And font weight will be bold. So this makes the button text stronger and more noticeable. Next is border radius. This is radius for the button. We can set it to 6 pixel. Border radius. And this also softens the corners and gives the button a modern, friendly look. And that finishes our styling for the hero image, the content, the heading, the paragraph, and call to action button. Now the hero section will look clean. Let's save our code. Refresh the browser. Now, as you can see, the hero section looks very clean, modern, and professional, exactly how a real website's first impression should be. So if you think this video helped you in any way, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more clear and beginner friendly code lessons. Thank you.